I like your nails. The girl is busy.
Yeah, that's what I heard that we get a voucher at the
Alright, so on one side you'll see that there's the freshman student schedule, and then on the back there's the parent freshman schedule. So I want to take a look at the freshman student schedule first. You want to turn to that. So you all check in. We begin at 8 o'clock. Usually we actually start earlier. We just want to make sure that we get the day going. For them, start off on a good note if we start checking early. So we usually try to start around 7:45, 7:50. So what time do you all think you have to be here on campus?
6 a.m.
6 a.m. Yeah. So it takes about an hour, 30 minutes for you all to get your coffee and your Starbucks. We do vouchers for you all every morning. And that's if you'd like it. You don't have to show up, but you definitely have to be in the theater by 6:50 with everything. So so we can start our morning meeting every morning of orientation. And then usually you all are in your posts by like 7:20, 7:25. So if you're a greeter or handing out schedules, you're ready to go. And then we start our welcome at 8:30. So it'll be usually Michelle will serve as the MC. She introduces our administrators. Our associate vice president is usually also a speaker at that. And there's also a portion where you all help out with in terms of doing the fight song, and then we also have college cheers. Do y'all remember your college cheers?
Yeah.
We have you sit by college, seat by seat, row by row. So that's something that you'll hear throughout the time, of making sure that everyone is able to sit row by row, seat by seat. Because every day it's usually Montezuma is packed. So every seat really does matter. And we have maps and everything that we create in-house, so we know who's sitting where by college. So a lot of details that go into this orientation program, as you'll see. And then 9:30, our students head to Success at SDSU. So you'll remember there's representatives from different departments and offices that will talk about student life, Center for Student Rights and Responsibilities, University Police is there, the Women's Resource Center, and there's also some mandated, essentially information that every student that starts at the university has to attend. And part of that is the sexual violence awareness piece that we include in that presentation. So it's really important that all of our students attend that. And then after that, Heather, over the past several years, has led this presentation, who you'll meet next week. And she does the degree requirements and registration demonstration, along with Rayanne, who is our registrar. And that's also in Arts and Letters 201. And then after that, our students meet up with their parents and their families for the Lunch and Information Fair. Last couple of years, again, we've had it in the North Library Walkway. And then you all help us with this next session from 1:15 to around 2:15 with catalog presentations and small group sessions. So this is where you all will talk about the folder, the unit requirements, what else? Important dates, some of the departments. So it'll be all information that would be very familiar to you all. And it's also an opportunity for our students to go from maybe like 500 students being in Arts and Letters 201 to being in a smaller environment where there's maybe 10 to 12 other students and they're interacting with another peer, someone who's been in their shoes. And they get to know other people that are maybe in their major and definitely in their college. And then at 2:30, college session with the assistant dean and faculty advisors. This is led by the assistant deans, and then the major advisors will come in. And then course registration and course scheduling and registration will be at the end of the day. There's various computer labs that you will take your students, and we also let you know ahead of day, every day, where you need to take your students for that. And then we end the day with campus tours, housing tours. Those are optional for students and families to see what maybe their room is going to look like, or if they've never taken a campus tour, that families can have the opportunity to do that as well. So the parent schedule on the back. So the morning up until the welcome is very similar. And then our parents stay in Montezuma Hall. And there's a student services overview that is again led by Michelle. I sometimes will help with this session, and we essentially inform our parents and families about different resources for their students. So there's representatives from Counseling and Psych Services, Wellbeing and Health Promotion, Student Disability Services. There's also someone from Housing to talk about maybe some connections and making that transition to college. And then there's a professor, and usually we'll have parent board members. So they also get to interact with and ask questions to our parents who have been also in their shoes, and they get to ask them questions. So it's pretty neat. And then somebody from academic advising, I don't know yet who that will be, but they also get a very general overview of graduation requirements. So our parents are also informed on what your graduation requirements are, because, right, what's our philosophy? Parents contribute to student success, right? So if they are aware of what the graduation requirements are, they can better serve their student and be there to support them along the way and point them to the right resources. And then they meet with their students, like I mentioned earlier, at the lunch information fair. And then they don't see you all, but they see the assistant dean first. So again, they lead that session. We also have a student perspective session, and this is a really neat opportunity for our ambassadors who work parents on some of these days to lead a parent panel. And we always hear that this is usually the parents' most favorite session of the day, because they get to ask you questions, a current student who's been here on campus for at least 2 years, and they always love, hearing what you all have to say about what your experience has been like, your involvements, your internships, whatever the case might be, and then they can see, oh my gosh, if she's doing that, I know my student can do that as well. So they always look forward to hearing from you all. Then after that, we have Preparing an SDSU Citizen, where parents again learn about what their student rights and responsibilities are and how their student can be successful. And then I lead the session at the end of the day with Money Matters, and we talk about Money Matters. So there's representatives from financial aid, the bookstore, dining, who else is there? Student account services as well, and it's kind of a catch-all. So a lot of parents have questions about these important topics, and like I said, we answer them. We answer the questions during this session. And then campus tours again, and housing tours. So it gives you a pretty good idea of what the day looks like. And for our freshman students and parents, wanted to go over it. You don't have to memorize or anything like that now, but we just wanted to get you start thinking about what your goal is going to look like, and how you're going to help us orient our students and our parents to San Diego State. Any questions on the schedule? Yeah.
So are we working parent orientation some days and then student the other, or is it the same for all?
Yeah, good question. So it's essentially how it works out is usually you will be assigned either to working a specific college, working with students, or you'll be assigned to work with parents. And usually parents, we rotate them. There'll be also leads, ambassador leads for each college, and parents, and then we have an undeclared lead. Essentially they help us out, essentially be that face of the college, or in this case of parents. And they work very closely with Michelle during the parent orientation program. So that parent lead works every day with parents. Or undeclared, only when undeclared is here they work with students, and sometimes they work with parents or they work with a different college. So it just really depends, but if you're really passionate about working with parents, we love to know that, and let us know on your contract that you would love to work with parents, and we'll do our best to schedule you as best as we can to work with parents. Yeah, because we're always, they always love working with you all, and I know, how many of you have worked parents? You all, and how was your experience working with them?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It's so much, I don't know, I think it's so much fun to see their perspective and their side of like their
Yeah.
worriness, and just like being able to ease that worriness, like they're so grateful for it, and like they'll tell you so many times, and then you feel so good about yourself.
Yeah. Instant gratification. Yeah, so like Sergio said, it is such a rewarding experience. And they really look, you know, they really value what you have to say. Because they're hearing it straight from a student who is here and who is going through their experience, and they love that. So, any other questions? Are you still with me? Yes? I know, we're getting right into it. Okay, Kyle, is Kyle here? Is he? I may need his help. We just wanted to also show you a video, so you also get an idea of what some of your assignments and responsibilities are going to look like, especially in that first morning right before our welcome, because that's where a lot of you are in different places and helping us welcome students and making sure they get to the right place so that we can meet them and start our welcome right on time. So we have a little video one of our ambassadors created, and again, this is just to give you a little idea of what the morning looks like.
Good morning, welcome to SDSU. If you're here for orientation, make sure you park inside parking section 3 and let students have a photo ID and confirmation number.
Good morning and welcome to SDSU. Please don't forget your confirmation letter as well as a picture ID, and you're going to head over right this